This is a MMX6 video for speedrunning on dashing comparisons. I'm going to look at crouch dashing, which was the standard for the longest time, but there's been some questioning whether dash jumps are similar or the same, or if the task method of using crouches should be used. So I'm going to go over that and show some various clips and stuff, and show some more uses for why I think crouch dashing is still better for an RTA speedrun. So let's get into this here. So this is the first video. This is a crouch dashing. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Wait. Okay, let me resize this. Whoa. And everything got kind of messed up. Alright, cool. That was weird. Alright, so this is just like standard minimal mistakes. This is a pretty good intro stage. So there's one mistake. I had not a crouch dash, that was a standard dash, which is 7 frames slower. That's a new strat using the saber on the ladder. That's a minor mistake. 0.5 second loss or something like that. 0.5. That makes up for it. So, you know, that was a little late, but I have the stuff going, and it was about where's my shit here? Okay, I can. This was everything. So the jump. So that standard was a 4901. That was pretty good. I marked it right before you hit the door. I don't know why. That's just where I decided to do it, because that's typically where people look when they see the door. Okay, now I'm going to look at the jumping. So this is with jumping. And this is at 50.3, so still pretty damn good, but a decent amount slower. And a lot of the stuff you can do here that I did, so like doing a jump dash there is extremely difficult and requires like a frame perfect half shot timing to kill that replay dude, so it's just safer to do a couple of crouch dashes. Even if they were somehow slower, then it would still be the better option. And so that's an example of an epic glitch that can happen, and that happened here, and it was really funny. But that's the reason I marked it there, because that's where it crashed, and it crashed exactly at like 50.3. So yeah. And now here's what the task does, but an RTA version of it. So the task will crouch dash because it is slightly faster to crouch dash, and the break in between is kind of slow. It's like about 3 or 4 frames if you do it perfectly. So the task jumps and lands, which is 2 frames. It takes 1 to land, and then 1 to jump, and then 1 to land. It might be 3 actually, because it takes another frame to get into crouch, I'm pretty sure. So as you can see, it's a little sloppy RTA. It's kind of difficult, and I just don't recommend it. And this is something you would not want to do with Hyperdash anyway. The task does it, but you wouldn't want to if you had Hyperdash, because it's barely faster. Because with Hyperdash you can bunny hop effect, and I'm gonna show that too. But that was a 49 0.56, which is pretty decent. So now I'm going to show some examples of where crouch dashing is useful. So even if it somehow was slower with the intro, which is one of the very good places to show it, I'm going to show in 2 examples. So in Heat Next stage here, as you can see, you can kind of chain together. It's kind of difficult, but if you get the timing down, like, let's see if I can get a good one. It can be faster. But it's pretty difficult. It's really useful on Wolfang stage, and you can combine it with shit there. I don't know, I'm fucking around, but basically, sometimes you'll lose your crouch dash, which can be kind of annoying. So that's good. That's good. These are decent. That's a really good one. That's an example of a good chain. And you can see you actually gain a little bit of speed in between. So, as Irrel was talking about, a frame perfect crouch dash is very fast. And here's another example of one. Shit got fucked. This is a big corridor, so it's good to show off. But oh, I just showed off. So chaining it isn't the actual process of the break in between. Once you get hyperdash, is smaller also in comparison to when you don't have hyperdash. So again, it's useful. And now I'm going to show off something different. So now that I've shown this, I'm going to bring up and what the fuck? There it is. Okay. So this is the task notes. The current best task for Rolandman on the all stages one just says to come to this one because the notes are similar. So as you can see, there's stuff about the most improvement was from duck dashing and saber climbing. And so I'll show how the task does it. The intro stage for the task is very complex and is a very good example of why, in fact, it is faster. Wow, it's loud. This is on extreme too, but as you can see, constantly dashing and jumping up. But crouch dashing definitely is faster. And as you can see, there's still a break in between every dash because he has to jump and land. Yeah, so if you could jump for a single frame, it would be optimal. As Irrel has said. And in X 4, 5, and 6, you can do that for like actually I think it's a bit different. Well, okay. Here, oh wait, okay, no, I was thinking it wrong. So I'm actually wrong on the so in Mega Man X 4, 5, and 6, it takes 0 frames to jump and land. What takes a while, what takes 2 to 3 frames, even for the tasks, is once you land, getting into the getting into the crouch to be able to crouch dash again takes 2 to 3 frames. And you think that for a task, since they're dashing so short, that it wouldn't be worth it, but it actually takes 4 frames to get into max speed. Or no, 7. It takes 7 frames to get into max speed of your dash if you're doing a standard dash. And then every like 4 pixels from there, it decelerates a decent amount. So it's very, very slow to do ground dashes as opposed to crouch dash. And I can show off a little chaining too. Where would be a good stage? Oh, Jesus. Oh, here we go. Alright. Alright. So there should be a bit chaining right here coming up. So as you can see, he's chaining, like, this is kind of fucked up because of ice physics, but you can see that he's still gaining stuff, and it's, like, the ice physics make it look more than it really is, but you can chain them together and gain extra height because of it. A good example will be, for straight chaining, will be right coming up here. So as you can see, even the tasks sometimes chain them like that. So see, it's the task chains them together perfectly like that, and you can gain a little extra speed, kind of like a bunny hop effect. Yeah, okay, that Tetris block thing is actually possible RTA. It's just very silly. You can also do that in the second one, by the way, but it's like frame perfect. I don't know why the task doesn't do it. It probably doesn't know about it. But Zambamon found that. So that's about all I have to say for this video. So, yeehaw.